When Bandai released the Master Grade Extreme Strike Freedom, it took a lot from the Perfect Grade Unleashed RX-78 and crammed it down into a smaller 1/100 form factor. It set a new example of a premium build experience featuring metal edge parts, plastic stickers, and a build that has you go through phases of the inner frame, internal structure, and then placing all the armor on top. And it wouldn't be long until third-party companies took this style of building and ran with it. Now, I don't have to introduce anyone to this kit. The Sky Defender was possibly the most hyped kit of last year, taking the previously mentioned building experience and cranking up to 11. Having the same base idea of the multi-stage building process, but with even greater part separation and detail. The metal edge parts here were a step up from Bandai's and actually stayed on over time. And sure, other model kits took aspects of the Perfect Grade Unleashed and MGX into the build, but none really matched up to the overall feeling of, this is about to be an event, like the Sky Defender and maybe the Lizard. But this time, we seem to have another contender. The Nemesis by Infinite Dimension. And as always, I got this kit from Gundamit.com, my go-to place for third-party and independent release kits. And whenever you're over there checking them out, be sure to go in that top left-hand corner and type in supporter code Dell. Whenever you purchase stuff, it just gives me points. So it helps out the channel with no additional cost to you. Well, besides hurting your wallet's feelings by buying more plastic. But thank you, and the link will be in the description. Now let's get back to that review. Alright, you guys know when the box features a handle, it means business. Featuring some sick artwork on the front of the box, very reminiscent of the real grade style of box art. And on the back, we have some sneak peeks at the buildup of the kit, all its weapons, and the backpack. Now getting into the box, we're going to find two separated parts. The main unit and rear cockpit, aka the backpack. It also comes with some cardboard runner stands. They aren't great, but hey, it's a nice inclusion. Starting with the main unit, we're going to find the runners for the main unit, metal etched decals, plastic style stickers, water slide decals, a cardboard insert for the action base, some recommended pre-assembled parts, and the instructions. And when you unbox the packaging for your rear cockpit unit, you're just going to find your runners or the backpack, weapons, action base, and this cool art book that we will get into later in the video. Now getting into the build, we start, as I mentioned before, with building the first phase of the inner frame. The manual here is awesome, as it's in full color with the runners listed per part and has the color of the runner. While the base inner frame isn't as impressive as we'll see in a second, it still packs a decent amount of detail, the main color here being this dark green as the base, with some gray providing a good accent color, and bits of pre-painted metallic parts coming through, along with some of those metal edged parts and stickers. Entering phase 2, we have a lot more of those metallic painted parts forming the structure of the outer armor. Silver, gold, and copper making a fantastic contrast once more, and adding some much needed bulk to the design. I should also mention the head features some options. We got the color separated gold, which I used, but you can also use solid red or clear purple, which has some eye stickers for them. Personally, I dig the gold eyes because I don't like putting eye stickers on. Phase 3 now has us putting on the outer armor and completing the main unit, being made out of white, red, dark metallic blue, black, and more of those metallic pre-painted parts popping through the armor, along with these plastic stickers making a jeweled effect. From what I read, this is supposed to be the rival mecha to their Genesis. While I haven't built that kit, I kinda want to get one now to display alongside this one. The Nemesis has one edgy aura, and I like to call it the Strike Freedom's Hot Topic phase. Now it's important to mention those pre-assembled parts from earlier in the video. Now all these you can build with parts from the runners, but when building it will recommend you use the pre-assembled ones, as the ones you build tend to be pretty loose or weak, and I found only one print error, on mine at least, for some parts of the leg. But I'll put up the part here on the screen, and besides that one small issue, the main unit itself was a very easy build. Great plastic quality, very smart nub placement with undergating. Most of the nubs on the painted parts that you would see are going to be hidden. Now let's move over from size comparison so we can gauge how much this edgelord stands out. So the Nemesis comes in at a height of 20 centimeters or 7.8 inches. But once you have everything on the backpack, bring it up to 24 centimeters or 9.4 inches. Here the Nemesis is against the 144 RX-78, the Master Grade Mark II, Master Grade Strike, Master Grade Blitz, Master Grade Extreme Strike Freedom, the Lizard, our last review, 100 Asgard, and the Sky Defender. I gotta say, you're going to want to have these two next to each other on the shelf, as they contrast really well against each other. Sky Defender being more of a heroic mecha, while the Nemesis is more of an antagonist mecha. Starting off as always with the hands, we have a pair of closed fist hands, real dynamic open hands, a pair of more relaxed open hands, and a pair of weapon holding hands. We got a set of little pinchers for attaching onto the side of the arms. We got more of the clear plastic here, and with these we can of course move the little pincers down. We can rotate them to get some pinchy pinch action. I will say they like to come off pretty easily, so use a little extra caution when posing these. Yeah, got little crab hands. Alright, so we have these two twin swords with some painted silver there on the blade and some gold coming out underneath. And with these you can bring that handle down. And we're going to fold the blade back like that, and then it'll give us a set of pistols. And you will build 8 of these, as you get 2 that stay by themselves, but the rest of them are incorporated into the other accessories. We have another set of swords. As you can see here, the handles are literally just the sword from earlier flipped around. These ones don't have many gimmicks to them really at all. They're just 2 swords, but they do look really cool. We're going to get 4 of these, and these basically have like a gun mode, kind of like a wing binder weapon. But what you can do is you can take off this part, and we swing the handle down, and it turns into, you guessed it, yet another sword. See, we got some metal parts on this one. Pretty good color separation too. Luckily, these just slide back on without much hassle whatsoever, and boom, it's back on. Getting to my personal favorite accessory that the Nemesis comes with are these 2 gigantic swords. Oh, don't drop that. There's a theme here. There's a lot of swords, but this sword you got red, gold, but there's some this can do. So if we take the blade, we can turn that to the side, bring the handle down, and we can separate the blade and pull that down, and it turns to a railgun. You got the sticker down in there, more gold showing off. But these are a really cool set of weapons. And here we have his backpack. Looks honestly a little bit barren compared to most third-party backpacks, but you'll see why here in a little bit. Everything you just saw, besides the floating folding swords here, will attach to this to really bring a big presence. And you know, every third-party kit's got to have a big backpack. But you see, we got plenty of movement here on the backpack itself. If we look here, there's a little dude in there. Got a little pallet figure. That's neat. You don't get pallet figures very often, especially in third-party stuff. So that's awesome. I want more little guys. And of course, these little binders back here can open up, and we can move this a little bit, move the engine a little bit. But yeah, that's about it. Pretty simple backpack for now. Alright, so let's go ahead and get all the accessories plugged into the backpack so you can see what that looks like. So we're going to take these right here, and we're going to, these go on this side. We're going to line up the little peg hole there with the peg holes here in the gun part. Just peg, and then snap in. And repeat this 3 more times. Alright, next we'll need... Get over here! We'll need these, and for this, we're going to need to remove the handles. And they'll just plug in right here. Just like so. As you see, we're already getting some bulkiness to this and really filling it out. Take these, and they're gonna go right there. There we go. Then just one more step of taking these claws, and they go on these gold parts right here. And there you go. And that is its backpack and full armor mode, I guess you want to call it. But that's crazy. It adds so much bulk to it. Fills out so much better. And you know how much I like weapon storage. And with this kit, it does not leave you wanting for that. Alright. Next up, we have this Goliath of an action base. Oh no. My little faceplate is not sticking well. But that's okay. This has a lot going on. For starters, we got several different, well, we got a couple different things we can do here. There's a fixed pose adapter. Or we have this one that can move. The manual does recommend you use the static one though. We can pop this out, and we can rotate this. It's very snug, but which means it's very secure. And just lock that back in. And down here we can unlock this and bring it up. Lock that back in. It fell off again. I need to add some more adhesive to this one. We got little foot trays here. Foot trays. I don't know the word for them, but that's where his feet go if he's standing up on the action base. But here we have these little arms. And what these are for, if we bring over one of these, and if you notice, if you remember me talking about it, a lot of the accessories use this as a base for it. And all of them will have these little holes right here that you can plug in to the little arm. You can have it in like a maintenance mode. So that's cool. I like it whenever companies do a little something extra with the action base. And if we come to the back here, we have a different set of arms. There's arms on each side, by the way. And this one's a little bit different. What this one is for, using this as an example again, since most of them use this as the same handle, but it will also work on things like this. Handle's about the same, and we're just gonna take this and peg it down like that. You can have it hold stuff too. But that is still not our only option with this action base. If we look in here, you'll notice all these little holes here. And these coordinate with the items. So you can see this one uses a different handle, so it's going to go their way. It'll go in here one of these ways. yeah. Goes in there like that, and so on. Get the other ones. We'll just peg in there like that. So not only can you store all the accessories and stuff on the backpack, you also have the option to store it on the base. So we got double the storage on the Nemesis. And if you don't want to use the big action base because your display space is limited, they give this little metal rod, which will use the same point that the action base does for supporting it. But I will say, if you have like a soft surface like I have here on this table, it likes to slide, so I would recommend putting some like blue tack on the feet here to get it to stay in place. But still, very nice inclusion. And finishing off here, we have our water slide decals. Usual source of, you know, we got caution signs, little designs, some naming ones. I haven't used these in this kit at the moment because I feel like honestly it has enough going on that you really don't need water slides. I feel like it might get a little noisy. And then something really cool that's fairly new, I don't see very often, is you get like an art book here. You can see you get a table of contents here, which I can't read any because I don't speak Chinese. There is some English lettering. But yeah, just a bunch of promo art. Opening hatches. More promo art. But there is something cool in here. Is that they have a design. Like a prototyping. Here we go. Yeah, look, check this out. So you can see that's what it was going to be, which honestly I think it'd be really cool if they released that as its own kit, even though it's a little similar. But yeah, you can see how it changed throughout the design phases until we got what we got here. And we turn to the end here, we have the Genesis and then the Nemesis. Let me know if you guys want to see a review of the Genesis. I don't even have that kit yet, so let me know if I should pick that up. But yeah, very, very cool. Oh, look at that. That's awesome. I like that. It's a little extra attention to detail. So getting into the articulation, we got some pretty good movement here in the head and some movable mechanical parts here in the neck that go with it. The arm here, we got a little bit of a butterfly joint, but the big shoulders kind of get in the way. We can move the shoulder independently so we can get that arm out. We got a rotation up here. And another one. Fall off, please. And we got another rotation down here. We got a double jointed elbow. And whenever you move the wrist, the arm moves along with it. And on the shoulders here, you can move the thrusters here a little bit. But the coolest part is we can pull out here on the end, get an exploded armor look. And just whenever you want to close that, you just grab here on the side and go. On the chest here, we got a ab crunch that has some movable parts that go with it. And if you look here on the back, when we do the ab crunch, got some moving parts as well. Then up here on the chest, we got some opening hatches on the sides, and then here in the middle. Move the front skirts up, side a little bit. And these have a armor separation gimmick as well. Thumb in there. It pulls down like that to show off more of the inner structure. Side skirts here are really minuscule, just go up and down. The backs here are on like these hinges. They can move up down out of the way as you see fit. And these also have some opening hatches here on the back. This one's not as impressive as the rest, but to be fair, it's in the back, so you're not going to be looking at it. Now, something cool here on the legs is that you can pull the leg out some from the connection point. We can get the leg up that far, spread out so way. Got a really good bend here on the leg, of course with some armor separation gimmicks. Here on the side we can pop that open. And these little parts right here, we can move these together. We got some more open hatches. And we can take this. There we go. You can pull that back. Off some more detail. Down here on the foot, we move this. Pop open here at the sides. There we go. Like that. And we got pretty good foot articulation, including a toe bend. And we go the foot down, up, and we got some good side to side. So when moving the leg out horizontally, you can get some good movement, but it's going to get blocked a little bit by the thicker part of the armor up here on top. And it can rotate a little bit. Yeah. Pretty good articulation of this guy. A lot of the joints you can hear they sound squeaky, and that's due to the tom parts. I think, because in the manual says the friction sound is normal. But a lot of these ones are very nice and tight, but not too tight. I don't feel like I'm going to break anything. So overall, it gets a pass in my book as far as articulation goes. Alright guys, here we are at the end of the review, and all I gotta say is, go get this kit. I've been hearing around that once this kit is gone, they aren't going to be printing anymore, as it's like an anniversary kit for Infinite Dimension. I don't know how true that is, but it's something to keep in mind. This is another great MGX style model kit that overshines the Strike Freedom in my opinion. The attention to detail all around is amazing. A lot of love was definitely packed into this kit, and it shows I really have no complaints to speak of. Maybe the lack of a sticker for where the main head camera would be, but man, I'd really be nitpicking at that point. But yeah, just get it. Get this kit. As always guys, please remember to drop a comment down there, like the video, and hit that subscribe button. I appreciate all that you guys do, and until next time, everyone take care.